G'day folks, welcome to Building Metals channel. I'm Toby and today I'm doing a fairly simple phosphate test for testing phosphates in minerals and rock samples. Quite a handy little test for fossickers and prospectors, geologists, the mineral collectors. So basically we're using nitric acid, 70% nitric acid, which may be very hard to get for many people watching this, but if you can get your hands on it, if you've got a legitimate reason to have it, you can get it in most states of Australia. We also have ammonium molybdate. So the test, we need some powdered sample in a test tube. I'll flick over to a bit of a handy hint on powdering samples of minerals. Okay, so you take a steel plate, take either a piece of paper towel or a bit of newspaper, anything like that will do. Newspaper's good, recycling. Hold it reasonably thickly, the sample in the middle. Doesn't have to be too fancy. Give it a bash with a decent hammer. And fold that, which is never quite as easy after it's going to leak out, but you've got plenty of powder in there and a couple of lumps. I usually tip that out into a clean container and then take my sample out of that. A quick and easy way of preparing samples, minimal contamination. That paper's a bit thin, but newspaper doesn't split up quite as easily. Okay, so we'll pipette our nitric acid into our sample. I need a small amount. Yeah, might get a little bit more than that. This would be pipetting. I would recommend you use a pipette bulb rather than your mouth for obvious reasons. Pipette bulbs I'm talking about these things. Squeeze this, a little valve there, and you can very easily control how much liquid you get through your glass pipette. Very handy things, you get them from most lab supplies. Okay, this is the scary bit. Boil it up a little bit carefully. So you want to use decent quality test tubes for this. Now, nitric acid is dangerous to handle. I would not recommend this unless you're familiar with using dangerous acids. Boiling nitric acid is not a friendly chemical. Boil that gently and lightly, a little Bunsen burner, alcohol burner. Don't want to get a particular hot spot because I do not want that hot nitric acid all over my workshop bench for obvious reasons. It will really change your complexion for the worse, this stuff. That will do. Set that aside to cool off and settle, and then we'll add our ammonium molybdate solution to that. Okay, so I've let that solution settle. We have a tube here, a clear tube next to it, which has the ammonium molybdate solution in it. Okay, so I've warmed this up, the ammonium molybdate solution. It's gone clear. Tip in a bit more of that and we should get a bit more of an obvious result. There you go. Didn't put enough in before. So that yellow there is a positive for phosphates. It's getting yellower and yellower there. You can actually heat that up a little bit. I shall just pivot you up. Warm it up a bit, we should get a bit more. There we go. Nice canary yellow, positive for phosphate. There are a few other metal elements that will give you a bit of a precipitate, but it will not be yellow, it will be a white, cloudy sort of solution. So it's a pretty simple test. Arsenic can give you a bit of a yellow result, I believe, but it's not as positive as this. There's obviously only a relatively small amount of phosphate in that sample. If there was higher levels, you'd have a much brighter canary yellow. So there you go. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're going to have lots more interesting chemistry, mining, and a whole lot of explosive stuff coming up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon.